What if I told you that one of the greatest empires in history was built not on gold, not on armies, but on a lie hidden inside their money? The Roman Empire didn't just conquer nations, it forged an illusion so powerful that it changed how humanity understood wealth itself. Their coins looked silver, they sounded like silver, but deep inside, they were mostly lead and copper. Yet, those fake coins built roads, paid armies, and funded emperors. This is the untold story of how fake silver built the Roman Empire. Long before the empire rose to its full glory, Rome was a small republic, disciplined, ambitious, and obsessed with one thing: honor. Back then, their currency, known as the denarius, was made from nearly pure silver. Every coin's shine was more than just metal. It was a promise that Rome could be trusted. That single promise became the foundation of the republic's strength. Taxes, trade, soldiers' pay, everything flowed in real metal, and that silver became the backbone of Rome's growing power. The more silver they minted, the more they expanded across Europe, North Africa, and Asia Minor. But as every empire learns, expansion comes with a hidden cost. Wars became longer, armies larger, and the thirst for luxury deeper. By the time Emperor Nero rose to power, Rome had reached its turning point. The empire had stretched from Britain to Egypt, and its ambitions demanded endless resources. The treasury was bleeding dry. There was never enough silver to pay soldiers, rebuild cities, and feed the extravagance of the elite. Nero stood at a crossroads and made a decision that would echo through centuries. In 64 AD, he ordered that the silver content of each coin be reduced by 10%. To the naked eye, the coins still looked the same. They still carried the emperor's face, the same markings, the same shimmer, but inside, their heart had changed. And with that one order, Nero invented something far more powerful than a coin. He invented confidence without substance. At first, the plan worked perfectly. The empire appeared wealthier than it was. New coins filled the markets, soldiers were paid, temples were built, and the illusion of strength continued. The people trusted the coins because they trusted Rome, but soon other emperors followed Nero's lead. A little less silver here, a little more copper there, and within a century, the denarius had lost almost half of its purity. What began as a small economic adjustment had become an empire-wide deception. The Roman government discovered a dangerous truth. If people believe your money has value, it doesn't matter what it's made of. This was Rome's invisible weapon: belief. Fake silver became the blood of the empire. It allowed emperors to rule without restraint. They could finance massive wars, buy loyalty, and appear invincible even when their vaults were nearly empty. Rome had created something modern economies would rediscover thousands of years later: fiat money. You don't need gold to rule the world. You just need belief that your coin is gold. And belief, like empire, can be forged. But lies always have limits. As fake silver flooded the markets, ordinary citizens began to notice. Prices crept higher. Merchants demanded more coins for the same goods. Inflation, a concept barely understood at the time, began eating away at the heart of Rome's economy. The wealthy began hoarding older coins, the ones that still had real silver. Foreign traders refused to accept Roman currency altogether, demanding payment in gold or goods. Rome's illusion of wealth was starting to crack. By the 3rd century, the empire's coinage had become almost worthless. A denarius that once shone with 95% silver now held less than 2%. What had once been Rome's greatest strength, its stable, trusted money, became its greatest weakness. Soldiers demanded higher pay to compensate for the worthless currency. Tax collectors took food and property instead of coins. The empire began to eat itself from within. As the coins lost their worth, so did the empire's unity. Provinces broke away, trade slowed. Trust, the invisible glue that held Rome together, evaporated. The same fake silver that once built the empire was now destroying it. People realized that Rome's power was no longer backed by silver or gold, but by illusion, and illusions cannot feed armies forever. The irony of history is cruel. The empire that mastered war fell not to swords, but to its own currency. Nero's clever trick to save his treasury became a curse that outlived him by centuries. By the time Rome finally collapsed, its coins were nothing more than tarnished metal, relics of a promise broken over and over again. And yet, the story doesn't end there. Rome may have fallen, but its financial experiment never truly died. The idea that money could be valuable because we believe in it, that survived. Every paper bill, every digital dollar, every modern economy still runs on that same Roman illusion. Faith in value that isn't really there. So the next time you hold a coin, or see a number glowing in your bank account, remember it all began with Rome, with an empire that turned silver into smoke, and belief into power, because history doesn't repeat itself, it just changes currency.